Today, I'm going to show you guys how to boil chicken. Now, you might be like, I don't need to know this, but a lot of our recipes and a lot of other recipes out there require pre-cooked shredded chicken. And a lot of people don't know where to start. So this is the easiest way to make pre-cooked shredded chicken for you to eat on all week and to make a lot of our great recipes with. Hi, I'm Christina with eatingonadime.com. You can get the full link to the step-by-step instructions in the description. Let's get started. Using this trick at home is a great way to save money in the kitchen. So I like to stock up on chicken when it's on sale because we eat a lot of chicken in my family, and you can always cook a big batch and shred it, and then you can use it for lunches or meals throughout the week. Also, make sure you watch towards the end of this video because we are going to give you all of our tips and tricks on how to store and even freeze so that this shredded chicken will last even longer. To boil chicken, you will need a large stock pot, or you can use a Dutch oven. You just need a pot big enough for the chicken to be in it and then completely covered with liquid and be able to bring it to a boil setting. First, add the chicken to the pot you're going to use. We are using chicken breast today, but you can really use any chicken for this recipe. We find that it's easier to use a boneless, skinless option, so you can use chicken thighs, but you can use a bone in as well and just shred the chicken off the bone. Then season the chicken. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of salt, and then a half a teaspoon of black ground pepper. We find this really brings out the flavor in the chicken when you're boiling it. Then add 4 cups chicken broth. We love using chicken broth because we think it adds a lot of flavor to the chicken when you're boiling it. You can use water, but we would recommend adding some chicken bouillon cubes to enhance the flavor in this boiled chicken. So you want the chicken to be completely covered in liquid. As you can see, the tops of ours are sticking out a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and add some water until it's completely covered. If the broth covers the chicken in your pot, then you don't need to add more water. Okay, then go ahead and turn it on high heat. And you wanna cook until the mixture is boiling. Okay, once it's boiling, reduce the heat down to low and cover your pot. You want to cook it for approximately 20 to 30 minutes until the chicken is completely cooked through. It will all turn white and you should be able to easily shred it with a fork. So when you think it's about done, you want to test it to make sure that the chicken easily shreds. I just get 2 forks and just test it and see if it comes apart easily. This one is starting to, but we want it just to be a little bit longer so that it'll shred super quick and easy. Once it's done and it's easily shreddable, go ahead and turn it off. And then, oops, wrong way. Carefully remove the chicken from the water. I'm just gonna put it on a plate for now, and we will move it to a cutting board to shred it. You have a couple of options with your broth right here. You can discard it, but we recommend saving it. It's very flavorful and is going to be great to use in any of your favorite soup recipes come fall or winter, and it also freezes great as well. If you do decide to save it, make sure you let it cool completely before transferring it to another container and then putting it in the refrigerator or the freezer. Once it's removed, it's ready to shred. Now, I just take 2 forks, it's the easiest way, and start at the smallest end of the chicken and just shred it away. Now, if it's not shredding easily, it probably needs to be boiled a little bit longer, and you're fine to just throw it back in there. So, should just be easily shred. It smells good already. I find that it's easier to shred it while it's still a little bit warm than if you let it cool completely. It gets a little tougher once it's cooled, so I like to shred it right after I remove it from the water. We gotta make sure it tastes perfect. I love it. It tastes just like a rotisserie chicken. Since we boil it with the seasoning and the broth, it really brings out a lot of flavor and it really adds to the chicken than if you just boiled it in regular water. It's amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna move this to this bowl, and then I wanna show you one other fun, easy way to shred this chicken. We use this little tool. So you can also shred your chicken with a hand mixer. Just place the chicken right in the bowl. Go ahead and get any chicken you need shredded in the bowl. Take your mixer and just press it down so it's kind of into the chicken, and then turn the speed on a low setting. And just gradually move it around. So you can choose how finely diced or how finely shredded you want it, just based on the speed that you use in the mixer. If you keep it on low, it's going to be like a thicker dice. And make sure you use a bowl with higher edges because the chicken will fly. So that just makes sure it keeps it in the bowl. So it takes probably like a quarter of the time versus hand shredding it. And I think that it gives it a little bit finer of a shred, whereas hand shredding it, it's a little bit thicker. So I used a hand shredder to show you guys, but you can easily use a stand-up mixer and use the whisk attachment, and it's going to shred it just the same as well, and it works great every time. Then the chicken is ready to use in your favorite recipes. So this shredded chicken is great to make all your favorite chicken casseroles with. I love making enchiladas, tacos, or even quesadillas with it. Plus, if you have this on hand, you can easily make any of your favorite chicken soup recipe in probably under 10 minutes because the chicken is already done and it already has tons of flavor. So it's going to be ready in a flash. So what I do is if I'm needing some shredded chicken for a recipe, I always go ahead and make double what I need because the extra is so versatile. Make sure you check out the full post, which is linked in the description, so that you can see all of the recipes we love making with shredded chicken. Let's talk about freezing it. Now, we love freezing things. It makes it last longer and you don't have to worry about things going bad. If you find a bunch of chicken on sale, go ahead and snatch it up, boil it, and then you can freeze all of this to have cooked chicken on hand for any of your favorite recipes. Now, to freeze this, you do want to let it cool completely at room temperature, and then freeze it in freezer bag or containers in the quantity that you and your family would eat. So for my family of 4, it would probably be roughly around 2 pounds of shredded chicken. If you have a smaller or larger family, go ahead and adjust the quantities that you freeze it in so that you can just grab one out of the freezer, defrost it, and make a quick and easy dinner in no time at all. It's so easy to make boiled chicken at home. And remember, do not skip the chicken broth on this one, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget, the link is in the descriptions where you can see all of our tips, tricks, and all of our recipes that you can make with this delicious shredded chicken. Also, do not forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss any more of our easy tips and our easy family-friendly recipes. Thank you so much for joining me in my sister's kitchen, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends.